window, like a letter to the night. Streetlights blur in shades of amber, turning darkness into light. Coffee cools beside my notebook, pages breathe beneath my hands. Every drop becomes a rhythm, only silence understands. Someone softly shuts the door now, a little bell begins to sing. Nothing in this quiet cafe needs to be anything. Maybe every falling raindrop knows exactly where to land. Maybe every restless heartbeat only needs a steady hand. Tonight the world feels slower, like it's waiting just for me. Rain on the window, stay a little longer, wash away the noise I couldn't leave behind. Rain on the window, sing a little softer, every little echo helps me clear my mind. If tomorrow comes too early, let tonight be all I know. With the rain upon the window, I don't need to hurry home. Two old friends are sharing stories, wrapped in cups of fading steam. Someone smiles across the counter like they've stepped into a dream. Outside taxis paint the pavement red and gold beneath the rain. Every passing light reminds me nothing beautiful remains the same. The record spins another heartbeat, time forgets to run tonight. Even silence has a melody under cafe lights. Every storm becomes a whisper, every whisper finds the sea. Every road we keep on walking brings us closer quietly. Maybe peace has always lived here, waiting by an empty chair. Rain on the window slowly keeps on falling, like a song that only midnight knows. Rain on the window, every drop is calling, telling tired hearts they're safe to let go. Leave your worries with the weather, leave your shadows in the rain. When the morning finds the city, you'll be smiling once again. Listen to the rooftop playing like a slow and steady choir. Every note the rain is singing lifts another little fire. We don't have to chase tomorrow, we don't have to race the dawn. Some of life's most precious moments happen when the day is gone. Rain on the window, stay until the sunrise. Keep this little cafe warm tonight. Rain on the window, everything feels alright when the world is wrapped in silver light. I'll remember this forever, coffee, music, gentle glow. Sometimes healing looks exactly like the rain outside the window. The rain grows quiet, the last cup is empty. The city keeps dreaming until morning. sign still glows outside the door, like it has 1,000 nights before. Rain is tapping on the glass, as strangers slowly wander past. One warm cup between my hands, steam is rising like old plans. Every corner holds a light, soft enough to calm the night. Records turning quietly, filling up the empty seats. Nothing here is asking why, only letting time drift by. The city never really sleeps, it only learns to whisper low. Some hearts are looking for tomorrow, some are learning to let go. Welcome to the Midnight Café, where the silence knows your name. Every little light is glowing like it understands your pain. Leave your worries by the window, let the rain wash off the day. You don't have to find the answers, just stay a little while. Someone smiles across the room, someone hums a gentle tune. Books are resting on the shelf, like they know us better than ourselves. Outside taxis pass like stars, tiny lights on distant cars. Every street is breathing slowly, midnight seems to know. The coffee cools without a sound, peace is finally settling down. Maybe healing isn't loud, maybe hope wears quiet clothes. Sometimes all we really need is somewhere warm before we go. Welcome to the Midnight Café, where the clock forgets to run. Every lonely conversation ends before the night is done. Leave your heavy thoughts beside you, there is nothing left to chase. Only coffee, only music, only grace. Rain keeps writing on the window, songs the morning cannot read. Every drop becomes a memory, every breath becomes relief. If tomorrow feels uncertain, don't outrun the coming dawn. Even darkness knows the secret, morning always carries on. Welcome to the Midnight Café, stay until your heart feels light. Every soul that walks in quietly leaves with something warm inside. When the city starts awakening, when the first birds softly sing, you'll remember peace was waiting in the smallest simple things. The lights grow dim, the coffee's gone, the rain has stopped. Good night. Dust was dancing through the lamplight as I reached the highest shelf. Found a worn out little paperback waiting there all by itself. Coffee circles marked the cover, corners faded soft with time. Someone else's quiet story met this restless heart of mine. Every page held tiny echoes of a life I'd never known. Yet between the lines somehow I felt a little less alone. Some stories never leave us, even when the words are gone. Some hearts keep on speaking long after they move on. Every line becomes a memory, every word becomes a friend. Maybe every ending is another place to begin again. Outside rain kept softly falling, painting silver on the street. The record whispered old jazz melodies beneath tired wandering feet. Someone laughed beside the window, someone quietly closed their eyes. The cafe held 1,000 moments hidden in ordinary lives. I placed the book back on the shelf, but something stayed with me. Not every journey needs a suitcase. Some begin with turning pages. Maybe all the answers never lived inside the words. Maybe they were waiting in the feelings they return. Turn the last page slowly, let the silence breathe. Some stories never leave us, they become the air we breathe. Every chapter leaves a footprint, every sentence leaves a light, leading us through quiet evenings into kinder nights. If tomorrow writes a new page, don't be scared to start again. Blank paper isn't empty, it's full of places you've not been. Close the cover with a smile, leave a little space between. Some stories stay unfinished, just to keep us dreaming. Turn the last page slowly, hold the warmth inside your hands. Every book is someone's heartbeat, every life a borrowed chance. Maybe one day someone else will read the story that we wrote, finding hope between the pages of the ordinary notes. When the cafe lights grow softer and the rain has said goodbye, every ending leaves a bookmark for another night. One more page, one more cup, one more story waiting.
The rain has left the sidewalk shining like a mirror to the sky. Neon colors drift in puddles as the midnight cars roll by. Every window tells a story, someone laughing, someone still. Every light above the skyline glows against the quiet chill. I pull my jacket a little closer, breathing in the cooling air. There's a kind of silent comfort only nighttime seems to share. Every street has held 1,000 dreams, every corner knows a name. Maybe we're all passing strangers, searching for the very same. City lights keep shining softly like they're calling us back home. Every shadow, every skyline says we're never quite alone. City lights keep glowing gently through the silence of the night. Even when the road feels endless, love can find us in the light. Take your worries with the moonlight, let them fade beyond the blue. Every little light is saying there's still hope waiting for you. A bicycle rolls past the station, someone hums a quiet tune. The cafe door swings slowly open, carrying the scent of June. An old musician on the corner plays for no one passing by. Still the melody keeps floating like a bird across the sky. The city isn't made of buildings, it's the people passing through. Every heartbeat leaves an echo, every dream empty sidewalks, they've been waiting all along. Sometimes quiet streets can teach us where we truly belong. City lights keep dancing slowly on the rivers running deep. Every reflection holds a memory the night has chosen to keep. City lights don't rush tomorrow, they just softly light the way. One small step becomes a journey, one kind word can change a day. Hold this moment like a photograph before the stars grow dim. Summer life is found between the places we've never been. The moon hangs over every rooftop, never asking who we are. Still it shines on every window near and far. If tonight should feel uncertain, lift your eyes above the street. Sometimes hope arrives in silence, walking on familiar feet. City lights are still beside you, even when you're on your own. Every window holds a heartbeat, every street can feel like home. City lights will keep on glowing long after this night is through. When tomorrow starts to wake up, leave a little light inside of you. Streets grow quiet, the skyline breathes. One more step into the night.
Café hums in quiet colors, shadows dance across the floor. Someone folds the evening paper, someone walks in through the door. Coffee lingers in the silence like a memory staying near. No one rushes, every sentence, every word is crystal clear. Outside rain has left the rooftop shining underneath the moon. Inside time begins to soften like an old familiar tune. Not every silence means goodbye. Not every pause is empty space. Some hearts speak the loudest without a single phrase. Slow conversations stay a little longer, like the steam above the coffee, growing warmer as we breathe. Slow conversations never need to hurry. Sometimes all we really say lies between the words we leave. When the night is softly listening, when the city's heartbeat slows, love is often found inside the quiet no one knows. An old couple by the window shares a smile instead of plans. A student closes one more notebook with tired but hopeful hands. The barista wipes the counter, humming to a favorite song. Every soul inside this cafe feels like they have all along. Streetlights paint the wooden tables, golden circles soft and low. Every face becomes a story only midnight gets to know. Maybe understanding someone starts before a word is said. Maybe kindness sounds like staying when the day has left us spent. Slow conversations move just like the rainfall. Every gentle question opens another little door. Slow conversations wrap around the silence, turning ordinary evenings into something more. Leave the noise outside the window, bring your honest heart instead. Some of life's most precious moments are the ones we never planned. Listen to the cup still clinking, listen to the vinyl spin. Every tiny sound reminds us peace begins from deep within. We don't have to fill the silence, we don't have to chase the night. Sometimes simply being present is enough to make things right. Slow conversations carry us like moonlight through the corners of the evening into morning's gentle glow. Slow conversations stay with us forever, not because of what was spoken, but because of how it felt. When the last light leaves the window and the city starts to dream, we'll remember quiet moments more than anything. One last sip, one last smile. No more words. Good night.
By the window there's a chair, quiet as the midnight air. Coffee rings upon the wood, like they knew this place was good. A coat still hangs beside the wall, soft as shadows gently fall. Nothing here feels out of place, even silence has a face. Outside headlights drift along, like a slow familiar song. Every passing soul reminds life is woven through our time. Maybe every empty chair isn't waiting all alone. Maybe it becomes a shelter for a heart that's finding home. Leave a light beside the empty chair, some story may begin. Every stranger carries pieces of the places they have been. Leave a little room for kindness, leave a little room for grace. Sometimes all we really need is one quiet place to breathe. The barista wipes the counter, humming to an old refrain. Steam is rising from the kettle, like the whisper after rain. Someone writes a postcard slowly, someone smiles into the night. Every ordinary evening holds a different kind of light. The record changes to a new song, still the warmth remains the same. Funny how a simple moment can remember every name. You don't have to say you're weary, you don't have to hide the weight. Some doors open without asking, some hearts simply wait. Leave a light beside the empty chair, hope is never like to shout. It arrives in quiet footsteps when the noise is all burned out. Leave a little room for healing, leave tomorrow at the door. Tonight this little cafe is enough and nothing more. Not every table must be crowded, not every silence should be filled. Even lonely moments blossom when the world grows calm and still. Outside, the moon keeps shining on every roof and every street. Inside, a single empty chair makes the whole room feel complete. Leave a light beside the empty chair for the dream that hasn't come, for the friend you'll one day meet, for the song that's still unsung. Every ending leaves an opening, every night becomes the dawn. Nothing beautiful is ever lost, it quietly lives on. One empty chair, one warm light, one peaceful night.
Station breeze and silver light, midnight settles soft tonight. Footsteps echo down the track, no one's ever in a rush to look back. Coffee warm still on my hands, a paper cup and quiet plans. The city's fading into blue, like it's whispering, take care of you. A distant train begins to glow, slowly through the falling cold. Every window shines so bright, carrying little pieces of the night. Somewhere someone's heading home, somewhere someone's starting new. Every journey has a reason, even when we can't see through. Last train home, rolling through the midnight air. Every window holds a story, every heart is going somewhere. Last train home, take me nice and slow. Leave the noise behind the station, there's no need to hurry home. Maybe peace is found between where we leave and where we go. Someone reads a weather novel, someone hums a gentle tune. A child sleeps against a shoulder, dreaming underneath the moon. City lights become reflections, sliding softly down the glass. Every mile feels like a memory, watching quiet moments pass. The rhythm of the moving rail sounds like rain upon the roof. Every heartbeat finds a tempo, simple, steady, honest truth. The night doesn't ask for answers, it only gives us room to breathe. Sometimes all we need is silence to remember what we need. Last train home, every stop feels softer now. Street lights fade into the distance like a quiet, grateful bow. Last train home, keep the windows wide. Every passing light reminds me hope is always by my side. Tomorrow doesn't feel so far when tonight has been this kind. If the road feels long tomorrow, think about this peaceful ride. Even tracks that disappear still know where they gently guide. No one has to race the morning, no one has to chase the dawn. Every night becomes a promise that another day will come. Last train home, carry every dream with care. Every soul that's riding with me leaves a little kindness there. Last train home, through the sleeping town. When the morning greets the skyline, I'll set these heavy feelings down. Every ending starts a journey, every goodbye lets us grow. Thank you for this quiet evening, it's time to go home. Doors are closing, the city fades. One more deep breath. Good night, home. Neon colors on the pavement ripple with the falling rain. Every light becomes a memory calling out my name again. The city wears a different face after midnight slows its pace. Every corner softly glows like a secret no one knows. A passing bus, a quiet smile, someone waiting all the while. Nothing asks for more tonight, just another gentle light. Funny how the smallest moments stay the longest in the heart. Not because they're loud or perfect, but because they felt so true. Neon reflections dancing on the rainy streets, turning every ordinary record plays behind a window. Someone closes up the store. One last bicycle ride slowly past the old bookstore. Clouds are drifting past the rooftops. Moonlight finds the quiet stone. Even in this sleeping city, no one really walks alone. The wind carries roasted coffee from the corner down the lane. Every breath becomes a postcard I'll remember once again. If tomorrow changes everything, tonight can still be enough. Some memories stay alive because we never tried to hold them. Neon reflections floating through the midnight blue. Every puddle keeps a picture of a world that once felt new. Neon reflections fade with morning light. Still they leave a little color somewhere deep inside, like a melody that lingers long after the song is through. The brightest lights don't always shine from signs above the street. Sometimes they live inside a moment too quiet to repeat. Every passing second whispers, don't forget to look around. Life is always writing poems on the wet and waiting ground. Neon reflections guide me through the silent town. Every step becomes much lighter, every wall comes tumbling down. Neon reflections stay a little while. I'll carry all your colors into every mile. When tomorrow paints the skyline with another shade of blue, I'll remember who I was walking here with you. The rain has stopped, the lights grow faint, but the colors remain. Moonlight spills on quiet pavement, silver dancing through the trees. Every shadow softly stretches, moving gently with the breeze. The city's heartbeat grows much slower, neon fades to softer tones. Every corner feels familiar, like it's always led me home. Coffee lingers on my sweater, raindrops sparkle on my shoes. Every step becomes a postcard painted in midnight blues. Maybe every road remembers all the footsteps left behind. Maybe every quiet evening leaves a softer state of mind. Tonight I don't need destinations, just somewhere the stars can see. Moonlit streets are calling softly. Every light feels warm tonight. Every window holds a story. Every shadow holds a light. Moonlit streets keep walking with me, even when I'm on my own. Every little step reminds me peace is something we can grow. Leave tomorrow for the morning, leave the questions with the sky. Tonight the moon is all I need to feel alive. No guitar behind the doorway plays a melody so low. Someone whistles from a balcony to the world below. The bakery starts another morning before the night has said goodbye. Warm bread meets the cooling air while stars still fill the sky. Traffic lights blink patiently with no one left to hurry through. Funny how an empty city can feel completely new. Every heartbeat finds a rhythm when the world becomes this still. Maybe peace has always waited just beyond the window. Every quiet conversation plants another hopeful seed. Moonlit streets don't ask for perfect, they don't ask for anything. They just wrap the night around us like the comfort morning brings. Hold this moment like a photograph before the dawn appears. Some nights quietly become our favorite souvenir. Watched a million dreamers walking home with tired eyes. Still it never stops believing every dawn will surely rise. If your heart is carried burdens, lay them down beside this road. Even silence has a way of making heavy spirits glow. Moonlit streets are still beside me as the eastern sky turns blue. Every mile has gently taught me how to see the world anew. Moonlit streets will live forever in the corners of my mind. Not because the night was perfect, but because I finally slowed enough to notice life was quietly beautiful all this time. The moon grows pale, morning is near. One last glance, thank you, night. Chairs are resting upside down. Only one light fills the room. Coffee lingers in the silence like a gentle afternoon. Outside empty streets are breathing, wrapped beneath a velvet sky. Every passing breeze reminds me nothing beautiful says goodbye. Clock forgets another minute. No one's looking at the time. There's a comfort in the quiet that is difficult to find. Stay a little longer, let the night unfold. Some stories bloom much better when they're quietly told. Cup before the morning, one more song before the light. Let the silence pour around us like the stars across the night. One more cup of simple moments, one more smile before goodbye. Maybe happiness is hidden in the hours passing by. We don't have to chase tomorrow, we don't have to have a plan. Tonight is more than enough, just the way it is. Steam is fading from the mug now. Still the warmth remains somehow. Old jazz drifting through the speakers makes the room feel softer now. Someone leaves a note behind them. Take good care until we meet. Folded neatly on the counter like a promise, small and sweet. The rain has finally stopped falling. Moonlight settles on the floor. Funny how the quiet evening leaves me wanting nothing more. If we slow our steps together, we can stay a little while. One more cup before the sunrise, one more page sleep. Every ordinary second becomes a memory to keep. One more cup of quiet comfort, one more breath beneath the moon. Even if the night is leaving, morning doesn't come too soon. Hold this feeling in your pocket, carry it into the day. Peace is never very far, it simply finds another way. When the cafe locks the front door, the music doesn't really end. It keeps playing in our footsteps, like an old familiar friend. Every corner of this evening leaves a light inside the soul. Maybe that's what we've been searching for, something gentle, something whole. One more cup before tomorrow, one more dream before we go. Every light beyond the window moves a little soft and slow. One more cup of midnight kindness, one more chance to simply be. When the morning fills the skyline, take this quiet place with me. Every night becomes a story, every story leaves a spark. One more cup, one more memory, one warm heart. In the dark, the kettle sleeps, the lights grow low. One last sip until tomorrow. The stars are fading one by one, giving room to morning's glow. The city's holding one last breath before the day begins to show. A quiet breeze moves through the streets, the air is fresh, the world is still. Every rooftop waits in silence, resting on the distant hill. Somewhere coffee starts to brew, somewhere lights begin to shine. Life is awakened little by little, without asking for a sign. There's a beauty in beginnings that arise without a sound. Every dawn is softly painted, long before it's ever found. Before the sunrise, the world feels young again. Every dream is gently waiting like a letter in the wind. Before the sunrise, every hope can breathe. The darkest hours slowly fade, making space for what's beneath. Hold this quiet for a moment before the morning starts to run. Sometimes peace is born just before the sunrise comes. The station fills with early footsteps, bakers smile behind the glass. A bicycle cuts through the silence as another night has passed. The river catches hints of amber, bridges glow in sleepy gold. Every ordinary morning feels like magic when it unfolds. Birds begin their first soft chorus, clouds are brushed with shades of fire. Every corner of the city lifts another quiet prayer. Nothing rushed this gentle morning, nothing has to be explained. Every ending through the evening made this sunrise worth the wait. Before the sunrise, the heart remembers how to smile. Every little breath reminds us life is always worth the while. Before the sunrise, the sky begins to bloom. Every golden ray is voice whispering, there's always room for something new. Take this light into your morning, carry it through all you do. Every dawn begins by hoping maybe you can too. The moon lets go without regret, the sun arrives without a fight. Neither tries to outshine the other, they simply trade the light. Maybe that's how grace is written, not in noise or victory, but in quiet acts of letting go. So another day can be before the sunrise. Every promise still feels true. Every road is filled with wonder, covered fresh in morning dew. Before the sunrise, I finally understand. The night was never there to hold me, it was there to lead me here. The sky turns gold, the birds awake. A new day begins softly. A single lamp above the doorway glows against the fading night, like it's quietly reminding someone's waiting with a light. The tables where the morning softly, empty cups are stacked away. Still the room holds little echoes from the conversation stayed outside. The sky is slowly changing, blue is meeting shades of gold. Every ending leaves a promise brighter than the night before. Some lights never ask for notice, they just quietly remain, showing us the way back home. Again and again, the lights are still on, even when the night grows thin. Like a hand that never lets go, like a place that's always been. The lights are still on, waiting through the dark, keeping little pieces of hope safe inside the heart. When the world feels far away, when you don't know where to start, look for one small light, it will find your heart. The baker smiles behind the window, fresh bread greets the waking air. Someone sweeps the quiet sidewalk like a gentle morning prayer. A taxi rolls through sleepy corners, one last passenger inside. Every stranger has a story, every road becomes a guide. The cafe sign is almost fading, soon the morning takes its place. Still its warmth remains behind in every memory we embrace. Every night has left a lesson, every dawn begins anew. Maybe all we've really needed was a little light to follow through. The lights are still on, shining softly through the glass. Every quiet act of kindness finds a way to last. The lights are still on, though the stars have disappeared. Somewhere hope is still awake, closer than it ever seemed. Carry this warmth into the daylight, carry it wherever you roam. Sometimes one small light is all it takes to lead you home. We remember places, not because they're grand, but because they held us gently when no one else could understand. Maybe every open doorway, every softly glowing room is a promise that tomorrow always has a little room. The lights are still on, though the morning has begun. Every good chairs are back beneath the tables. Morning paints the window frames. The city slowly starts to breathe again. Nothing feels the same. The last song fades into the silence, like it never meant to leave. Some nights stay inside your heart long after they have gone to sleep. I pull my coat against the morning, coffee warm still in my hands. Every quiet hour has given me more than I had planned. The night is folding into daylight, like a letter softly closed. Every ending leaves a doorway only morning knows. Good night. Tomorrow I'll see you with the sun. Tonight has left 1,000 little reasons to believe in everyone. Good night. Tomorrow, keep my dreams until we meet. I'll leave this cafe with a lighter heart and hope beneath my feet. If the stars must say goodbye, they'll return before too long. Every night becomes a memory, every dawn becomes a song. The baker waves across the corner, the newspaper hits the door. Someone starts another weekday like 1,000 times before. Birds are riding on the skyline with the freedom of the breeze. Even ordinary mornings carry quiet melodies. The cafe sign has lost its glow, but its warmth is still with me. Some places never really close, they live in memory. Maybe home is not a building. Maybe home is how we feel when a simple cup of coffee helps a tired heart to heal. Good night. Tomorrow, thank you for the rain, for every quiet conversation that found me once again. Good night. Tomorrow, thank you for the light, for every little moment that made the darkness bright. I'll carry all these gentle hours into every day I find. Some nights never really leave us, they simply change our lives. If someday we meet again here by this little window seat, I hope the music still is playing, soft and slow and sweet. Maybe different faces fill the room, maybe different stories grow, but kindness never leaves a place that learned to let it show. Good night. Tomorrow, the morning has begun. The moon has crossed the quiet skies. Faithful work is done. Good night. Tomorrow, I'll keep this feeling close in every cup of coffee, in every winding road. When the evening finds me once again and city lights appear, I'll know this little midnight cafe has always been right here. The door closes softly, the sky turns gold. Until tomorrow, take care.